What would you say, if you could, that music has taught you? You know, obviously it's a very enjoyable experience and creative, and you can do it as part of this kind of kirtan and stuff. But is there something that you feel you might have learned from having music or taking the journey with music in your life?
I think music has taught me, I don't want to say taught as if it's like a finite thing and I've already learned it, but it's teaching me to listen, to be a listener. And musicians often say that silence is so important in music. Silence is what actually makes the sound itself, framed in the right way that has the right impact. So it's taught me to listen, and that filters out into other areas of my life. And it's also taught me the importance of being expressive, of using one's voice and where that voice is actually emanating from. It's a very tangible experience in music and maybe, in so many other artistic disciplines and just in speech itself. When you're not being sincere, I feel it's a very tangible feeling, the difference. So it's something I feel can be sensed, it can be heard. And so there's a really, music teaches me to try to dig down into that place of sincerity and truth and to find a way of expressing that. And again, I find that carries into other areas of my life. So I feel extremely grateful for it.
Yeah, that's a fascinating point. There's a friend of mine who I've also interviewed for the podcast. His name is Glenn Hansard.
Mm-hmm.
He's a musician, and he has expressed something similar, that it's sometimes the distance between the notes, that silent bit, that is also saying something.
Absolutely.
Even though there isn't any notes.
Absolutely.
But also I loved your point there about sensing through sound when someone's expressing themselves, whether it feels sincere. So you could almost say that's maybe not quite as well for some of us who might be quite sensitive. It's almost like it sounds out of tune. You could argue in that to use that analogy. Something just it just doesn't quite feel right. But when it does feel genuine, it's just perfect. Feels perfectly in synergy, or in tune, if you like.
I agree.
It's been so exciting to see Jahnavi's story unfolding and to chat to her and learn more about it. If you'd like to hear the full interview, please check it out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and let me know your thoughts. I'd really love to hear them. And if you're enjoying the podcast so far, make sure to rate and review.